Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is National Sports Lawyer here, and welcome back to a brand new video here. As said, I'm going to do my 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership round four between the Penrith Eels and the Penrith Panthers there at Combank Stadium there on the Thursday night tomorrow at 8 p.m. as well at kickoff there as well. And if you guys are brand new to the channel over here, please give a like and and subscribe here to the channel here as well for more loaded content there coming in the near future there as well. And I hope we can get off to 500 subscribers there before the end of March, which is going to end next week. So I am on 490, and I'm only 10 subs away from making it to 500 subscribers as well. So yeah, let's get right into the preview as well. As we're going to start off here as well. Let me just go over here. Here we are. Hello to Bosky there in the live chat there as well. And we're going to go through right here, right now. So the ins here for the Premier Eels and the Premier Panthers as well. We got Brandon Hansard debuting there for the number 15 there, coming off from the bench as well. He does play hooker there as well. I think he's from the New South Wales Cup. And that it could have been. I wouldn't mind to see maybe Jacob Arthur's brother maybe coming in as well from the SG board team. But obviously, you know, where we looks like we haven't really looked into the SG board team. There's so much recently, especially coming off from trials and this and that. Hayes Dunkley, he's still in the reserves in that. Still not fully fit enough from what I've heard. To be in the first grade team as well in the 1 to 17. So he's still going to play New South Wales Cup as well. Arthur Hickey Ogden, they're still in the our reserves as well. Ryan Madison there. He's going to be starting as well in the 1 to 17 as well, coming back for a 3 match ban as well. Um, After trying to appealing it as well, but he failed. And Tony Matt early there in the reserves as well. And for the Penrith Panthers there to have Jack Hogger there as well. Scott Soros in there, coming back from an injury there as well. And he's going to be starting off from the bench as well. Tom Jenkins there in the our reserves. Tyron Picture there still in the reserves yet to make his debut return to the club itself. And Zach Hoskin there still in the reserves. And out there is Lindsay Smith. And yeah, we're gonna go through the team was over here as well. So for our skipper there as well, it is King Guffer there, aka Clinton Gufferson there as well. And on the wings there, it is Mike Sivo and Bailey Thompson as well. In the centers as well, it is Will Penn as well and Walker Blake as well. In the halves, it is Dylan Brown and Mitch Moses as well. And in our prop set, it is Regan Kemba Gillard and Gian Bolo there as well. As for hooker as well, it is Josh Hodgson as well. In the back rows there, we have Bryce Cartwright and Ryan Madison there coming back there as what I mentioned there before from a 3 match ban. And Jermaine Hopgood there, starting at lock, coming back there from an off game there against the Manly Wild Wing Seagulls as well. On the bench as well, as our utility as well, it is Matthew Dory as well. And coming on there to debut there in the blue and gold there as well for the first of time there. Also at Compact Stadium there, it is Brandon Hands as well for number 15 as well. Why Greg there for number 16 and Mark Hesse Marketel there for number 17 as well. Still, I don't know why, but hey, that's bravo for you. And obviously Jacob after there for the 8th man. I've replaced him when we don't totally need him there. Okay, for the Penrith Panthers side there, at fullback there it is Dylan Edwards as well. On the wings there it is Snua derivative as well with Brian Toho. And in the centers as well it is Isaac Tango there with Seven Crying there. In the halves there it is Jerome Luai there with the skipper for them, Nathan Cleary. And in the props as well, it is Moses Leota there as well with James Fisher Harris as well. And for the hooker there as well, it is Mitch Kennedy as well. In the back row there, they have Luke Garner and Liam Martin as well with the lock there, Isaiah Yoda as well. And in the bench as well, as their utility as well, it is Sonny Luke. And on the bench as well, it is a big, impactful, and also underrated player as well. Scott Sorensen there. I reckon he's going to be a very deadly player when coming off the bench of receiving those great balls there from the halves as well, especially on how Jerome Loy is getting much more better. The the last time he played against us in the grand final there, in my opinion, and Spencer Luna there for the number 16, and Salmon there, of course, facing against his old club there once more in the number 17. And for the 18 man there, it is going to be Matthew Eisenhuth there as well. So it's not going to be Zach Hoskin there, which is pretty interesting enough. And yeah, so a little bit of change there from both sides as well. But still, the big elephant in the room that we need to discuss it quite quite quickly as well, which I don't want to go on for too long here as well, is oh boy, a left edge defensive with Blake and fucking Simonson again. Like, come on, man. Like, oh my god. Like, when I seen this at the gym, I seriously just wanted to bang my forehead on a piece of steel, because I don't get it why he has to consistently start Simonson there on the wing where he is just a much more better player playing in the fucking centers. And we all know the one Blake is a little bit much more better than Simonson, but for fuck's sakes, man, like I don't know how they're gonna go come up against Isaac Tonga there as well, since he can really make those daily breaks as well, in the edges as well, and can really try to find a space there with Tariva there in support as well, to outpace Simonson as well. But man to man, Wolpen seeing there, I reckon it's gonna be a much more better combination there with Siva as well, and thank goodness the Crichton and Toho are not coming up against Blake and Simonson as well on the edge as well. Which if they would, then my oh my, yeah, they're gonna get absolutely just by 13 plus as well. Um, yeah, well, as of the halves as well, Jerome Luai, he has improved a lot, and I feel like he's taking the season much more seriously and much more critical that we have seen there in the last couple of seasons as well. I feel like his uh, his ad, his attitude is getting a little bit much more mature as what we've seen there behind the scenes as well. And yeah, Cleary, I thought he had a much more better game there against South as well. Despite them conceding a couple of open and his tries there for AJ there with Cody Walker there in the last 10 minutes as well, which I feel like they could have done a little bit much more better than that there in those last 10 minutes there, in my opinion there. But for the fullbacks as well, Dylan Edwards there in the grand final there against us absolutely just burnt us there as well, and just made us uh a mastered as well, and just owned the whole team there as well, and just made us his bitch as well. Um, But for Gutherson, man, I feel like he's the only a best backline there coming into this match as well. Obviously, he is our captain as well. So it's going to be pretty interesting on what communications and what strategy he's going to come up for his backline there to really cover up there for Tungo and Derivatives as well. But if they're going to get the right strategy to really get us a first ever win there as well, and to actually not defend like a couple of fucking piggies or whatever you want to say it, like I don't really know how to really put it in words in that, but man and man, if the communication is not going right, or is or if our defense is going to consistently just be the shit like every single week, then forget the top eight. As what I mentioned there in the Seagulls and the Eels review as well. Ibrahim just consistently just puts out this absolute diabolical, well, and also mediocre team list for every single week, especially just starting Makatoa in the number 17 there as well. Like, come on, man! Like that's an absolute disgrace. Like, what's the point of starting a team list when you're not even retaining uh, your players correctly as well? With Makatoa there, retaining with who? With a RCG, or with a Barlow, or with a Cartwright. Like, come on, man. Like, I just feel like that he hasn't given the much more minutes there as what he has did there back in 2021. And I feel like the Panthers there, they're going to use the bench players there much more critical. Especially with the spray there from Jerome Lloyd as well for someone there around around one as well, and he's kind of improved there a bit there in round two as well, and come up against his old club as well. Well, I'm just hoping that the fire coming from his attitude is not going to shell shock our defense as well. But with Matthew Dory there in the utility as well, you can really put him on there for either maybe for Cartwright, or for maybe for Hopgood, or maybe for Madison as well. Since he's going to get uh, some big minutes as well, about maybe 65 minutes there, to say the least. And then we're just hoping that Dory can at least get the great ball to really impact it there on the edges as well as what we have seen there in the Manly match as well, and in the last couple weeks as well. But I'm just hoping, the way that the Sydney Roosters, yeah, they rotated with Jake Turpin um, and with Brandon Smith as well. It really just helped it out with Smith's uh, pass game and his plays as well. Coming out of dummy half as well. I'm just hoping, well, this could be, working in favour. But to be fair, I would honestly maybe just put in like for Brandon Hansen to start as well. We'll have to wait and see on how he goes, and if it goes pretty decent there, I'm not gonna lie. I think we should maybe start maybe Hands as well, or maybe just put Josh Hodgson there in the same position there in the bench as what Smith did there for the Roosters, and I reckon that could work in the same formula as for us as what it did for the Roosters in their rivalry game as well against South. So, um, well, let's wait and see. So, yeah, I'm pretty um intrigued that we're going to do this type of formula type of stuff with the debuting himself there, and I wish him good luck there as well. I believe that it is his birthday today as well, so happy birthday there to Hans himself. But yeah, of course, with Jacob after in the number 18, obviously it's same old pointless 18 man placement as well. And I thought I hooped as well. I just feel like they miss the opportunity as well with putting in Zach Hoskin as well, which I do believe he maybe somehow sooner or enough does deserve like maybe starting in the 1 and 17 there, maybe for one day there, making his club debut as well. I mean, no, I think he did came on to play a couple of little minutes there against South there. I believe. Correct me, am I wrong? I think as of a man as well. So yeah, I don't know why. Then they're not going to start him as of A to man as well, and I don't know why they're not going to give him much minutes that he deserves. But other than that, the Panthers with Scott Sorensen as what I'm going to repeat that again. I just feel like with Cleary and Lua there improving as well. If he's going to get a board as well, I feel like he's going to be a little bit of a scared coming off from the bench as well, especially with Sonny looked as well, making that rotation. Hawker there as well, also with Mitch Keenan as well. And yeah, man. You know, if we're gonna go so good there in attack, I feel like we need to play a little bit much more smarter there as well. Instead of are are relying on Simonson there or over on the edges as well, like all the time as well. I just feel like we really need to get Jermaine Hopgood as well to set up on some fire as well as he is facing against his former club there for the first time ever there as well. So there's going to be some fire here as well, and I feel like maybe Hopgood is going to show a big and massive statement on why they should have not let him go and why he should have been played much minutes than what he was at the Prem Panthers. So yeah, I reckon Hopgood and Yeo is an underrated matchup here as well, and I'm gonna be absolutely keen on how this is gonna go as well. So I wish the best there for Hopgood to flow in there with the offense there with Bollard as well, and I feel like that's gonna be the main key as well. Just to keep the full pack there, just to eat up those meters as well, and just to get and just get us there pretty good there for the setup as well on the own 10 or on the own 20 as well. And well, that just leaves there to Moses there to run up there as well and to stand up there massively as well as he is still off contract as well, still in 4 weeks in the season, and I I just don't get it. Like, how come he can't even sign the contract when we like offer him the contract like 1,000 uh, days before, and it's like it doesn't make any sense that he's saying that he was going to make an an announcement in the first week, but it's been 3 weeks later and there has been no announcements, and yet I don't know what's the hold up there with the contract for uh, the club or other for for many other negotiations there that we don't know yet. So but I have heard some rumors there going into Dylan Brown. So my cousin, right? He's receptionist, right? Um, he told them that he knows the ins and outs there of the team itself, and when he told my cousin, right? Um, when he came back from holidays there, from partying, trying to take all the stress and the depression there off from the grand final, he just basically just I just told him that he's been putting on a couple of much more weight as well, and basically he's just been getting fat, and that's why his fitness and his running game and his handling there has been absolutely just poor. And when I just heard the story, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Mate, this is the reason why the Barafa should have taken motivation from the grand final, and I reckon he has no other choice but to face their pass, and I feel like that they really need to face the big challenge there, yet as we did being the Panthers there twice in the regular season as well, and lost and also twice in the final season in the final series as well, especially the grand final. So I'm just hoping the Barafa is not going to walk away from the grand final into this match, because if he is, then then my this match is going to be very disappointing, and it's going to be an absolute flog fest as well for the Panthers for 13 plus. There it could be 1 to 12, but honestly, as a Parramatta fan, with our defense as well, on the back line as well, it's just gonna be a no-brainer that they're just gonna keep on just going out as well, as we did see there in the grand final as well, with the likes of Staines, Tungo, Toho as well, and obviously Steph Griner are absolutely just exposing our defense as well, just very poor. And I'm just hoping that we don't recap the same way as what we did there in the grand final, because if we're not gonna be for this match, and not taking any motivation there as well from the grand final, then I'm sorry. I reckon the Barafa, and I don't care if we go 0-5. He needs to go, because well, we got Madison back. We got Brand and Hands as well, and the rotation. And if we don't at least get ourselves a win, and I don't care if we lose by 4 points again. I'm really highly likely considering Barafa to really just to move on, because the fact that from the grand final loss, it has really broken him as a group, as he mentioned before in the press conference there, 1 week out of the grand final. He has said about like multiple times, no one can break this group, and I believe the Panthers have just did that, and they have broken them mentally. And that's the question. Did the grand final break the Premier Eels mentally? And did it affected the offseason there massively? In my take, I believe uh, it has. I believe it has caused so much motivation for the team. It caused Dylan Brown there to go in the holidays there to take his mind off there as well. And he was one of the best players as well. And in the and, if not a much more better half than what Mitch Moses was doing there sometimes as well. He was competing up there with Cameron Munster there, Dylan Brown, and to come into this season, man, he is coming into the season way overrated as well, and yeah, he has uh fallen off a cliff just like that. And I just reckon that I'm just shocked and just very just disappointed that Dylan Brown has put on so much weight coming off from the off season as well. Only having one good game there against the Sharks, and I gotta say, man, I feel like the Gufson, he really is going to do his own role as well, with shifting himself there out in the sense as well. The passes that he does as well, and the cold dummies that he was doing against the Seagulls as well, scoring that cold try as well, getting our first ever try of the match. But I'm just hoping, that our backline there is going to at least put up some great and persuasive, encourageable impact as well. As I do feel like the full pack there is going to do the busy work as well, but I don't want to see the full pack there. I just want to see mostly a backline there just get much more involved as well. I feel like we need to give out there more on the ball there to see there early on, instead of just playing it last minute and in the snats. And if we're going to do that with Will Pesini and with receiver there as Taruva there, he's not really the greatest defender there compared to Toho and Crichton as well. I just feel like the Panthers there, they're going to be absolutely just confused on why they've not exposed that defense as well as we have seen it previously in the past and in the in the final series on how well Penasini and Silva can defend as well on the edge as well. And I'm just hoping that we're going to be very for this match as well. And I'm just hoping we're just going to be very motivated going into this match and just not being on how we have been there in the last couple of weeks as well. Because oh man, it's just like how can I say it? Like this is a must win for us, and like as you know, as much as the Panthers do look shaky there sometimes, I believe taking off from the bye there, coming off there from a big massive win there from the Southern Rabbitohs there as well. I do believe that the Ivan Cleary and the team as well has been looking into that match as well, and I do believe, and I'm pretty scared that they're probably going to maybe to repeat on how they did it in the grand final as well, but a little bit much more better than what we have seen there as well. Which if that happens tomorrow, I feel like the Baratheon needs to be sacked immediately. I'm just sorry, but that's how it's supposed to go. And oh my god, yeah, and that is my quick analysis as well. My quick take there on both sides going into this match. Sorry if I'm all over the place here as well. I'm just gonna quickly into my tips as well, and probably going to give out some quick notes as well, and a conclusion to the end as well. So my tips here for this match as well. I'm gonna go for the first try scorer there, Marcus Silva. The halftime score here is going to be I'm going to go by 14 points to 10. And my man of the match is going to go off to Jermaine Hopgood as well. I feel like he's going to show a massive and big statement there as well against Isaiah Yeo as well. I know that is a big and massive ball call as well, but I reckon that it's going to happen as well, and he's going to really crunch into the middle of the Panthers defense as well, and just going to really dig in as well and put those offloads there away. So yeah, my special there for my anytime try scorer there as well. I'm gonna say it's gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna go off to Isaac Tunga there as well. I'm just very worried there as well on how he's going to go around and outpace Bay the Simonson as well, and obviously one Black as well. And yeah, you know, for my two try sister, I reckon the Hodson is going to get a try sister for himself as well. Um, no, yeah, I'll say Hodson will get two try assists there. Um, and I'll say that Clinton Gutherson is going to run more than 150 running meters as well. And yeah, my full time score is going to be 20 points to 18. I reckon that we're going to put on a not only a revenge factor from the grand final, but also from what from what from what has happened there back in 2015, I believe, when the Panthers there from Bryce Cartwright, who was playing for us, did actually score there on the siren as well. To win their 20 points to 18 there against us when it was called per Texane there back then. And I reckon the Eels uh, I know that we're not taking any motivation there from the past there whatsoever, but I just got a weird feeling that it's going to be coming back for 2015 vibes, but it's going to go against the Panthers' favor there as well, and it's probably going to haunt them a little bit as well. I know that it may sound a little bit like weird and this and that to y'all, but just in case we're still recording this. Yes, we are. Um, Yo, NSL. Oh, okay, these boys will be desperate tomorrow. Low, mediocre. Yeah. Um, yeah. Of course. Like I don't know if it's going to happen, and I doubt that. We're going to put on the scoreline, but there's just a weird feeling, with Madison and Hopgood as well, and with the hands there, with the rotation there. I just feel like um, it could work, but seriously though, I please for a backline there. I'm just praying to the footy gods that we just have some hope there as well. Just face up against good old Crying there. My God, I just cannot get over him. Absolutely just haunting my life as well in front of my eyes there in the grand final as well when I vlogged it there as well from last year. Ah, um, yeah. But anyways, any quick notes as well that I want to give out. Yeah. Well, for my quick notes as well, we really need to be much more patient there for breaking through for Sivo and our backline for Warner Blake and Simonson. Please just fucking defend it and just don't go blind and just don't be a bunch of Oompa Loompas in this and that. And yeah, for Moses, just stand up there, buddy. Your crossfoot kicks as well. You just need to learn on how to make better choices as well instead of just going over to shit uh plays as well. For Dylan Brown, well, I'm just hoping for the best of him, especially with his weight as well. I'm just hoping he's not gonna get pregnant there sooner or later. Um, and for Gubson, well, he's just basically going to do his thing as well. Just doing the same old passes as well, just on how a captain as well, just saving our asses there on our defense as well when saving big fillers there as well, like freaking Fisher Harris there, and bloody Leota as well, and with a Luke Garner or other Lee Martin or other Yeo as well. Whether you have to throw him, Gavison, our captain will forever carry a back line until our back line is desperate and is going to be able to show some motivation and to actually going to stand up to actually defend for the best of the game as well for the season and getting our first ever dub there. Actually, yes, our first ever dub as well. Well, since like freaking since we defeated the Cowboys there in the preliminary final, controversially when Moses wasn't actually playing that good. But yeah, please, Moses, please, for for the love of God, please, just play some good footy and just please, just be a good conductor and yeah, amen. Okay, well that's gonna be it as well, and the rambling is done. The Battle of the West there, the 2022 Grand Final rematch. Who do you guys have there in the live chat as well? Do you reckon the Premiers are going to get the first win there of the season as well, and get the Grand Final rematch and their revenge as well, and make the 2015 scoreline as well, or will the Panthers here? We'll just basically just come off fresh as hit. We'll just come off fresh as well and just murder the Eels and just make the whole team much more as a nightmare as well for us as well, and make our season much more longer. Um, Other than that, that's gonna be uh, it there for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership round for Parramatta Eels versus the Penrith Panthers previewed as well. If you guys are brand new to the channel here as well, please give it a like and subscribe as well to the channel as well for more loaded content there coming in than the futures as well. And yeah, that's gonna be it as well. Have a safe and lovely night as well. And I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs there in the live chat as well, since I do feel bad for not giving them a shout out there as well. So shout out there to Tim Does staff. Shout out there to Flash Green, and shout out there to Bosky as well. Loyal and obviously the mod there of the channel as well, and ladies and gentlemen as well. That is going to wrap it as well, and